is my unboxing and review for Home Chef. I did receive this for review purposes, and this is a meal subscription box. So you order online and you get fresh food with recipes delivered to your door. It is $9.95 per serving. It's a minimum of 2 servings, and you can choose the number of meals from 2 to 7. And they have a huge menu. Like one of the biggest menus that I can recall of a home meal delivery service. So I was really impressed with that. So it ships in this big box by FedEx, and it's insulated. So obviously this box is a little too big to keep in my camera view for the purpose of this review, but I thought I would give you just a sneak peek. All right, so here's kind of a first look. And on top there's the recipe cards and a binder, which I will go over in a minute. And then just to give you an idea, a look at the packaging. So there was the thick insulated packaging here. Now I did receive this earlier in the day, and I didn't want, you know, since I received chicken in the box, I didn't want it to spoil or anything since I was already around. So I went ahead and took the meat out, put it in my refrigerator, so it's been in the refrigerator all day. However, I will note the ice packs in here are still completely frozen, and this box was sitting on my counter. So I put all the perishable stuff in my refrigerator and then put it back in for the review. So there's bubble wrap in here to protect all the food, and then all the meal kit items other than the meat are in bags. So there's one, I got 2 meals, so there's one for each meal. Here's the other one, and I'll open each one of those here in a minute. All right, and so here's a look at the ice packs. Again, still frozen, and like I said, it spent most of the day on my counter with just the ice pack sitting there. So I was really impressed with how well they packaged meat, because I've had deliveries that didn't come packaged well, that weren't ice cold, and everything was literally ice cold, not just cool. So, all right, so I'm gonna take this out of frame, and let's go over the binder and the recipe cards first. So I thought this was really cool. They give you a binder, which is something I've never seen before in one of these boxes, but you get a little binder, and so then you can keep all your recipe cards together, which is really awesome, because you know they usually come in one of those smaller cards, which are fine, but if you really love the recipe and you want to save it to use it again, then you have to, you know, try to find a place for it. So I like that everything just fits in here, so you keep it together and you don't have to like go fishing through, you know, your recipe books and things trying to find the recipe that you liked. So it just fits right in there. Inside the little binder, there's also kind of a little information guide about their service. It tells you where their ingredients come from. They ship to the United States. 60% of the United States can receive this delivery service. I don't know all the states, you know, in specific areas that don't, but if you put in your zip code, it'll tell you. And you fill out a short little questionnaire, and then they'll give you your recommendations for, you know, the kinds of foods that you like. It's just a short little, you know, do you eat meat and other kinds of things like that. But then you can pick any meal you want. So it tells you how to edit or skip deliveries. So this obviously is designed to come weekly, but if you don't want it weekly, you can skip. Talks about their packaging. So this is another little fact sheet about their service. They auto-create your order based on your profile. You can skip or edit your order until the following Friday at noon. And all this food is designed to keep for a week. So, and they said if you get the seafood, obviously cook that first, since it perishes quicker than other meats and foods. All right, so let's look at the recipes that I chose. So the first recipe is filet mignon with sauce bordelaise with Duchess potatoes and roasted broccolini. So that looked really good. So then there's an overview of the recipe, the time it takes to prepare, It's an intermediate recipe, best cooked by 6 days out. It's gluten-free, nut-free, and soy-free. There's some nutrition facts here. There's also a drink pairing recommendation. And so here are the instructions, and there are a lot of them, which I love. If you follow me or read my blog, you know I am not a chef, and you know, I cook and I feed my family, but I'm not known to be like the world's greatest cook. So I like that these are easy to follow. And specifically, I was just kind of looking through these. I think it was over here, this other one, but it talks about frying the chicken, and it says it should sizzle and brown gently. If it turns black, turn the heat down, let the oil cool. If it doesn't brown, turn the heat up. And it gives you specific instructions around that one step about, you know, what the chicken is supposed to look like, as opposed to just saying brown the chicken, you know. So I like that they are very specific in their instructions, so anyone, especially me, can follow and understand what you need to do. So there's lots of pictures and instructions on what to do. Then over here, there's the ingredient list. All that's gonna be in your box. What you need, those are things: olive oil, salt, and pepper from your own kitchen, which I think everybody has. And then what equipment you need. And then there's like a little did you know section. So that's the first recipe. The second recipe I chose was the Farmhouse fried chicken with buttermilk, mash, green onion gravy, and corn. So again, same overview, same specific instructions, tells you what you need. Olive oil, salt, and pepper. Again, super easy. The ingredients here, that's what it looks like. So I love the recipe cards. I think they're fabulous. And I want to make sure these are packed back nice quickly, so I want to show you the meat. This is the chicken. It has a nice color. Again, it was ice cold, because you don't want anything other than ice cold meat in your subscription. All right, and here are the 2 fillets. They're a nice size. And everything is portioned for the specific recipe. So you're gonna get 2 portions, so it's gonna be enough for 2 people, if that's how you choose to do it. All right, so let's take a look at what's in each bag. So this is for the Farmhouse fried chicken. So we have butter, not smashed, and it's sealed in plastic. So again, like the condensation and things is not gonna get in here and get it all sweaty and gooey and mashed up, which I hate. This is dark chili powder, and it has it right here on the sticker. And this is the flour. The corn, nice and fresh. We have the potatoes, Yukon potatoes. We have the green onions, there are 2 of them. These are sealed. There's a little Ziploc feature right here, so I like that. And then there's bottles of things that you need. We have evaporated milk, canola oil, buttermilk, and liquid egg. So that is everything for the chicken. Again, nice and cold, everything was fresh, nothing was wilty. You know, nothing looks old, everything looks brand new. I liked how they packaged it. Nothing leaked or was damaged in any way, so that's awesome. All right, here is the filet mignon. All right, we have, this is the broccolini, and they gave you quite a lot, because this is just for 2 people, so I mean, you're gonna get a nice serving. We have the chives, russet potato, giant potato, the shallot, liquid egg, the butter, again sealed the same way the other one was, it's not smashed, heavy cream, red cooking wine, and Boneworks veal demi. So that is all the ingredients for the second recipe. And that is everything in the box. If I can get all of this in. Alright, so there's kind of a look at all the ingredients minus the meat, which is tucked back in that ice to keep it nice and cold. But so far, I'm really impressed. So I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to make these meals, and I will have the written review on my blog, so make sure to check that out. It's going to be linked down below. Again, it's $9.95 a serving, and I have a $20 off code exclusive for my readers and viewers here, so be sure to use that when you sign up to save you some money. And again, when you sign up, you choose between 2 and 4 servings, and then you can choose the number of meals you want. You can also add on options. There's add-on like fruit and breakfast items that look really tasty too. So I was really impressed with the actual recipes because I'm kind of weird and I don't like a lot of weird stuff. And it was hard for me to choose which meals to get because there were several of them that I would have eaten, and they looked really good. So I like that there's 10 menu options because, again, for people like me who are really picky, you know, we need some variety here. So check out the written review. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the final process or final result of my cooking, and have a great day.